Hey guys, Dan and Moxy here. Just a quick word to say we're keeping all of these old UTS podcast episodes available to you, still free of charge, on all of our platforms. But be aware, now that we're independent, we are no longer the official podcast of Cheltenham Saracens Rugby Club.
Also, all of our social media platforms will remain the same, but our SoundCloud page has a brand new address. You can find that at soundcloud.com/the UTS podcast.
Hey guys, this show is brought to you by Tone Radio, the University of Gloucestershire's student radio station, broadcasting all day, every day from Park Campus in Cheltenham. Catering for all tastes in music and bringing you coverage from a number of Cheltenham's music events, let the student of Cheltenham entertain you with a mix of big-name performers and local artists. For more information or to listen live, head to toneradio.co.uk or search Tone Radio on your TuneIn app. But before you go anywhere, let's get on with the show.
You are listening to UTS, the official podcast of Cheltenham Saracens RFC.
Hey guys, come on in, sit yourselves down, put your headphones on, whatever you want to do to relax. You're listening to the UTS podcast, the official podcast of Cheltenham Saracens RFC. As always, I am Dan Lodge, joined by my broadcast colleague Mark Moxy Collier, and we're coming directly to you live, almost, from Sherry Corner here in the Club of Dreams here at King George V. Before we go anywhere, let me remind you this is an entirely amateur podcast, organised and produced entirely by volunteers, and we take time out of our lives to bring you this show on the first Friday of every single month, completely free, through our SoundCloud page, soundcloud.com/Cheltenham Saracens RFC, and on iTunes. This podcast is completely fan and listener supported, and as we can't take a financial donation, we do beg you share our little show with your family or your friends or anyone you know who might be interested in rugby or in sport in general, whether it's through Facebook, whether you share it on Twitter, maybe on LinkedIn if you use that, even by word of mouth or, a text message. That's cool, it all helps. As always, if you or someone you know run a local business in the Cheltenham or surrounding area and you'd be interested in supporting the show, get in touch with us. Give us an email, utspodcast@gmail.com, and set your subject header as advertising. We're officially into February. Christ, how quickly did January go? I mean, I'm literally just back from a week in Prague, so the end of the month seemed like it absolutely flew. Like if you blink, you'd miss it. And actually, it wasn't too bad a month for some of our Sarries teams, and we'll kick things off with the first team, who kicked off January on the 7th in a friendly match against Dursley, running out 27-20 winners there. And they returned to league action on the 14th of January, running over North Bristol 22-52. That's a great result, especially they were unbelievably tough at home last season, so that's a really great result. On the 21st, we came out on a really close-fought losing effort to Old Richians at home, 17 points to 22. And we finished off the month in very tight fashion, losing by just a single point to Barts Rugby, formerly Barton Hill, of course, in Bristol. The Seconds were also in action on January 7th, picking up a win 27-5 away to Stroud. In league action, they also returned on the 14th. At home to Chosen Hill, Seconds racking up a 22-20 win. January 21st, they travelled to Coney Hill and unfortunately were not able to pick up a win on that one, losing with a very tight margin of 18 points to 15. The second string, though, did manage to round off the month in serious style, steamrolling Berry Hill Seconds at home 62-0. The thirds, unfortunately, they only featured once in January, and that was on January 14th. But they did manage to actually pick up a win, 34-18, over a quite competitive Brockworth Seconds sides. Time for me to hand over to Moxy to find out how January was treating the youth section of the club.
Before I start with the matches, I just want to say a special mention to all the boys for showing true commitment on the first Thursday training session coming back after Christmas. We had a full house there at training, which was brilliant to see on the 5th of January. Everybody except for one, so that's a great showing. Well done, lads. Let's hope we can continue that throughout the season, or the remaining part of the season. Right on to the matches. The boys started off January with a good win against Stowe in the County Cup. This game followed the pattern this season, with the Sarries starting quickly and going in at half-time 19-0 to the good. After an unusually long break, we started the second half slowly, conceding after just 4 minutes. Eventually the boys woke up, dug in and ran out 33-19 winners. Our tries were scored by Joel with a hat-trick and Joe picking up his usual minimum brace. Keane again doing his thing with the boot and slotting 4 out of the 5 conversions. Our men of the match were Joe and Fred. Fred played particularly well at fullback and he put in a monster tackle on a lad who was twice his size. They got the sidelines erupting with cheers. On the downside though, during the game, unfortunately Leo broke his arm and he'll be out of action for a few weeks. Get well soon, mate. On Sunday the 15th, we took on last year's County Cup winners, Tetbury. The Sarries weren't bothered about past results as they looked like the dominant team and fronted up. With 2 players in the bin at separate times, their defence was awesome and held Tetbury at half-time to only a penalty score, which resulted from a harsh yellow given to Joel for what looked to everyone on the sidelines like a perfect crunching tackle. The second half was a totally different story. That's where I'll leave that. Ultimately, as Lodgy said, we weren't good enough on the day to win the game, and we ended up losing 30 points to 0. That's a very harsh scoreline that doesn't really reflect the game or the effort that the boys put in. Could have been so different if we'd taken our chances and kept our discipline. So we've got to take it on the chin, regroup, train hard, and if we're correct, go into the plate competition and aim to win that. Because I and the coaches believe that we have the squad that's good enough at the Sarries and capable to lift the silverware. Our men of the match were Charlie Maker, again awesome, and the whole back row who were brilliant in defence. That's Noah, who's our skipper, Adam, and Growler. But really, I mean, the whole squad that day should take the plaudits, as it was a tough game, played under tough conditions. Well done, boys. It's just a shame that we didn't get the result.
Awesome, Moxy. Thanks for that. As you've seen by the title of this episode, to those at the Sarries, Scouser, or for those of you who aren't a member or aren't familiar with the club, John Welsh joins us in Sherry Corner. Unfortunately, John picked up a bit of a nasty injury about 3 or 4 weeks ago, not too long after the last episode came out, and he'll probably now be out for the remainder of the season. We'll be finding out a little bit about that. A little bit with his history in rugby, but yeah, it's safe to say this is actually a really good chat. A lot of laughing, so probably not one to listen to if you are on public transport. People will look at you as if you are weird. So get comfortable. This one is safe to say is a bit of a doozy. Certainly my favourite one. We'll be back right after this to bring you info on February's upcoming fixtures and some club news. But for now, this is our chat with John Scouser Welsh. Yeah, thanks for joining us, man.
You're welcome.
How's the leg?
Yeah, still attached. That's got anything to do with it, but it's alright, mate. It's good.
Couple of pins in it, is it? Or
yeah, pins, six screws in one bone, 2 straight through into the other side.
Jesus.
Done a bloody good job of it, I did. But
how did that even happen? Because it was at training, wasn't it?
Training on that pitch outside. Got my foot stuck in the mud, leaned back into it, expecting a bit of contact, and it just popped out and
lovely.
Quickly got put back in place.
Wow.
Yeah. A little bit stingy, but thanks to James Butler, name dropping already, keeping me cool. Keeping me cool and doing the Fijian breathing techniques. Ancient Fijian breathing techniques.
Go on, you can't leave that there.
I wish I could. I think I'll have to, because I didn't have a clue what he was on about. So I was just holding my breath. Ancient Scouse technique, that. Keep your mouth shut. just bite your knuckles and get on with it. Yeah. But it's doing okay.
Cool. I mean, I was up here when it happened, and I skedaddled straight away when they're like, Scousers broke his leg. I was like, that's exit stable.
Yeah. Cheers, Dan. Cheers, Dan. Nice to know we'll be calling on him the next time in a gunfight.
What,
I'm the last person to ask, mate. Seriously.
How long do you reckon you'll be out for?
I ain't saying never, but it is looking that way for good now. I think too much riding on getting injured again like that now. Too old. Too much riding on it job wise and financial wise. It's not worth it, mate. Even if it was insured, it wouldn't be worth it. So just don't think I want to. I may risk the old Boxing Day now and again, but
Yeah.
that's about it. Or if someone's leaving, I'd do that. But
Back to the old bets then.
yeah, maybe, mate. Yeah, I want to see about. I've been talking to a few lads about getting the kids team under 10s, maybe or something like that. You know, try and get a younger team going from that. Like you've got.
Yeah, we're going to try and look at getting another team or more teams together.
Yeah, that'd be a good shout. I think. Me and Small Brain going to try and talk about it. And
Yeah.
he can do the Facebook side of things and the contacts, and I'll just get the kids going.
I think, yeah, we might hear a few more things off Wayne a bit later.
Yeah, all right.
There were a couple of doozies in there. To be fair.
Right. I seen on Facebook he's been
Active.
putting his small brain into practice, but
No, this is it's a massive shame because obviously you just asserted yourself within the first team. Didn't you?
getting back into
getting
it.
into it,
I had a year last year was a bit more trying to concentrate on learning a bit more about leadership. For me, it was last year and the year before, staying with the twos and being captain and trying to see what's needed off the pitch as well. A bit more for me, getting older, like a couple of good young lads in that twos team, a couple of good young lads in the first team, but for me last year, and it was to have a good mentor like Jimmy behind you as well last year and the year before, just trying to guide you in the right way, look, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of guys were sort of saying good things about you when, obviously, before this happened.
Yeah.
So it was great to have you in the first team, and you know, the way you were going was up.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to be back. Training, I think people know I ain't the best to come and say anything, like, but if the people who say anything about it had my job, they'd probably think otherwise as well. So, as regards to that, I'll hold my hand up, myself, and say I ain't the best at training, but there is reasons behind it. Kids, the job, hours of finishing jobs and stuff like that, you know, and travelling and stuff. So, yeah. But it was good to be back.
We're all
anyway.
amateurs, aren't we? Just about.
Yeah, that's it, lad.
It's not
That's
your
it.
job, is it? So-
No, it isn't. We don't get paid, so sometimes. But you know, to still be picked most of the time was quite nice. I'm proud to be in this club in that level. So yeah, good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, was that something for you ever was that like an aim of yours? Because when I came in, and we're talking like a good 6 years now, and you were still in the thirds. I mean, was that back then? Was that was the first team a goal or?
Yeah, always a goal. I mean, I don't think we when you came, I don't think we had a 13 then. I don't think that far back. I
don't think it was competitive. I think we had one because Buster was running it.
Oh right, no,
because I don't remember much about my debut, but I remember my second appearance because we were at Doughty's away.
Is this when you had your long hair?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, back when I thought that was the best thing ever.
Right.
I looked like a really like Shane Byrne for Leinster, but basically. And it was my second ever appearance, and I love this story because it literally sums up like every performance I've ever done. And
all three of them, then, yeah.
Yeah, all three of them. They're all very similar. And I ended up playing for Doughty's to make up the numbers, and I think it was the first ruck you absolutely just smashed me out of it, and then I couldn't turn my head to the right.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't look to the right, so I just like trying to get to the right of everyone because I could look left,
Is that a political view?
Yeah,
Political
that's
view.
your political view.
We'll leave that there. No more on that.
But
Let's not get political on this.
I think I've
Trump.
8 years, I think it's been since I've been here at the club, and I've never once played for the other team, not once.
You just sacrificed me to Doughties then.
I don't I even goodwill and all that on game day. I'm sorry through and through, and
Yeah.
no matter what team it was, I'd never put anyone else's shirt on apart from ours. Even though I got asked to quite a few times because they were short, I still won't do it.
I think that's the only time I've represented the other team, actually, thinking about it. And I was up against... Who was I up against in the scrum? I think I was up against Dan Clifford, and he just turned me inside out every single scrum.
I wouldn't go shouting that too much, Dan.
But
he was a good old boy, Dan. Good lad to play with. He was back when I started. Good training partner as well. He was.
do you reckon we'll see him come back?
I don't know.
Because he's lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, I know. But Danny's got other stuff going on, hasn't he? So
True.
yeah, once you've been away from it for a bit, it's hard to get back into it, innit? You know, it changes every year. It does rugby, so it's faster and faster and tougher, and
Everyone's bigger and stronger.
yeah, everyone's bigger and faster and stronger and younger as well. So I've noticed it still playing. If Dan's been away for 4 years or whatever it's been now, 3 years, 4 years, might struggle coming back into it, taking the knocks and taking the smashes because everyone's a bit bigger and harder, and that's coming from me as well. Yeah.
Right, should we take it back? Merseyside isn't really known for being a hotbed of rugby, is it?
Nope.
Some might say the same about football, but that's not fair on Tranmere, is it?
No, it's not. Someone's been practicing their lines, haven't he? As he punches the air, ladies and gentlemen, he punches the air.
Well, who or what influenced you to get involved in rugby?
Have you got the bleep ready? No, I won't tell you why I came to rugby, but I'll tell you who brought me to the club. It was Dom Richardson. On a fateful night, I bumped into him and Simon Betsidge in the Bath Tavern. Me and my mate Justin bumped into them too. And I remember saying to Dom, who's that fella over there, that joyful fellow slapping the lampshades? He's getting on my bleep. He said, oh no, he's okay. He said, and then Dom says, God, you're a big lad, you and me mate. He was 6'7" at the time. Well, then, he was my mate then. He said, you two ever thought about playing rugby? As I know now, that every time I go to town, if anyone's my size or bigger, I ask the same question. More than likely, they're already playing for a second-grade team because we're the best. And but yeah, he didn't believe me. He didn't believe I'd come. I phoned him up on Monday night and said to him, is that Dom? Yeah, who's this? He replied. I said, oh, it's Scouse John, like you met here on Saturday night, me and my mate Justin. He said, oh, bloody hell, no one ever phones us back, like, you know. I said, are you still training on a Tuesday, like, and it was down at, what's the school that's been knocked down now?
St. Bennet. Oh, St. Bennet.
Was it Ongi or? Yeah, St. Bennet, right. Yeah. Well, we were training on the Astro pitch. So I turned up and got that ball in my hands and
the rest is history.
Yeah, sort of. It's a very up and down history, like, but it is. It's just, that's exactly what it is.
So you never?
No, never played it. I used to look at the fellas on the telly and think, I'd never play that game. Look at the size of them. And it turns out, what I didn't realise was, I'm probably about the same size or bigger than most of them, so just they've played a lot longer than me, so, you know, that's the only thing that matters, isn't it?
Because obviously, yeah, obviously being Northern, rugby leagues.
Everyone says that to me. Rugby league, and I didn't know the difference between rugby league and rugby union in Liverpool. There's two schools by me that played rugby union. Nowhere in Liverpool played rugby league, ever. Two private schools, that was it.
I mean, you obviously, St Helens.
St Helens, yeah, but that's still, it's like driving from here to, I don't know, St Helens, here to sort of Broadway or something like that, you know what I mean? It's not close. And so it's not, you know, people say to us St Helens or,
yeah,
you know, Widnes and Warrington, they're a bit closer, but even still, too far away, we never bothered with them, like, you know, woolly-backs, as they're called.
Can you remember your first game?
Yeah, like it was yesterday, Minchinhampton, at home, and I was quite nervous about taking on the rugby boys who played it all their lives, and rugby men.
So how old were you this time?
26 or 27. 27 I was. I came to Cheltenham when I was 26. And and when I seen them getting off the bus, there was a few youngish lads, but the rest of them were about 40 odd, upwards to about 70 odd. And I looked around the lads and I was thinking, is this a joke? Are we playing these freaking old men, like, you know? And sure enough, we steamrolled them. Them were the days as well when we were phoning up people 5 minutes before kick-off, because we had 10 men, to see if someone could come and just fill the spaces, look. Right. And then you had me playing on the wing, because that's what you do with everyone who's never touched the rugby ball. Like, put them on the wing, and it turns out I was a little bit bigger than hard in there when you and he went off. I flattened him, scored a try. He went off, and I went back to pick him up. I said, like, you know, sorry, like, you're okay. He had a bloody nose and bust his nose and stuff, and he carted him off. And big Andy Parks was standing on the sideline, shouting at me, if he don't want to wear bloody hairs, he should be playing bloody rugby. Get him off. Don't let me see you apologise again. Then Mark Harris called me over, and Andy Green said, don't be picking people up when you flatten them, lad, you know. So in the second half, I caught the ball on the posts and stopped. Mark Harris says, get up the pitch, run. So I run up the middle of the pitch and ran it through about 3 or 4 blokes, not thinking anything about it. And I'm not saying this to show off. They were about 410 years of age, these two, these blokes. Like, so I didn't feel very proud of doing this. Like, so, and then the last bloke I sort of went over the top of him, and he went off. And the old bloke from the first half came back on and stood there with his hands over his face, wincing at the prospect of me going through him again. And that's when I got the bug for smashing people and throwing my weight about a bit.
Okay. Johnny Lomu.
So, that's a good name. I wish I would have thought about that beforehand, but yeah, no, I wasn't that good then. Well, not that good now, but, you know, team game, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love being with the boys. I love being in this club. I love it.
I was thinking, obviously, you're saying you might not go back to playing, but, you know, you'll always be around.
Yeah, I'll always be here. I'll never leave Sarries. I'll always be here for the lads, supporting them and stuff like that, you know. Trying to give as good advice as I can give.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much more to, obviously.
I don't want to be a balcony boy, is what I don't want to be.
Not in a minute, maybe.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. Give it another 2 weeks, I'll be there.
No, I mean, obviously, putting the shirt on is what it's all about, why we're ultimately all here. But, you know, there's so much more to be done.
Yeah, well, funny enough, the night I done this, I spoke to Buster. Buster was in my house the day before, and I said, look, tomorrow I'll come over early. I'll come over early. I did so with the kids, look. I said, if you need any help tomorrow, I said, I'll come over. He said, the lad will be made up to have you. Come over and, you know, put your input in. So I came over early, and he's just been shipped off to the Prince of Wales or whatever it was. And then, so I sat here for an hour waiting for the lads to turn up. And then this happened.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, you've got your first game. What's been your favourite game playing in a Sarri shirt? Not necessarily the first team.
That cup game. The cup game.
Was that their second team?
Yeah. That was the best day I've had since I've been a member of the Cheltenham Saracens. The look, the effort that went into it, the team that we had, being rated as underdogs, and you got a couple of fatties and a couple of skinnies, and people used to look at us when we had that team. People used to look at us and think, oh, these, you'd stand there. Well, I would. The way I used to prepare myself was, yeah, you look at our team. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't judge the book by its cover, because the heart and I'm going to say that without getting it beeped off, the bollocks of that team was unbelievable. The way we won that game, Buster with his kicking, the forwards running rings round their forwards and just beating them to everything. It was And the other thing on top of that was, for me, is that I didn't know, because I hadn't been part of it for that long, but Jimmy Connolly said to me before that game, we haven't won this. He said that all the things he's won since he'd been with the Saracens, that's the only thing that's evaded him, is that cup. Right. He told me as we were walking out. And the thoughts that were going through my head and the want to win. I do it every game, never mind the cup game. But after what he'd said to me that day, I wanted that so bad, that game. And it was against old Pats, obviously, so we all know what we think of them anyway, and their scandalous attitude towards rugby. But that's another subject. We'll save that for a little bit later on.
We're getting sued this time for sure.
But the being down, I think it was 17 points we were at half time.
Was that the game when the commentator, and he couldn't say Buster's last name?
No.
Funny, yeah.
I just called him Buster Master Kicks. That's instead of Mazovich, it was Master Kicks, and that's what he is. Well, he was then, not now with his old gammy leg.
Mazowiak, I think.
But the way we pulled together in that second half, and listening to the way people were speaking and the look in people's faces at half time, I tell you now, Goosey's now speaking about it. And when we won that, to see the way the lads were, I bring me to see, it gets me emotional thinking about it now. Like, what a bloody night and what a day. Good time with a good bunch of cracking bunch of lads. That was best game ever.
Yeah, I was there.
I'll never beat that.
Brilliant, yeah.
The look on people's faces on the sideline. 26 years, I think it was, or 22 years or something like that. Yeah. 22 years. Our club hadn't won that for 22 years.
Yeah.
And we had that dirty rat pack of men. Horrible rabble. And we smashed them. We absolutely smashed them, lad.
It was great. Man.
Brilliant.
Great day.
I remember sitting in the changing rooms afterwards, a bottle of champagne in my hand. All the lads are jumping in the shower. I wasn't in. I was watching all the sausages getting sung about in the shower.
Was that the game where, obviously there's been a few photos passed around, was that the game with the big cigars with Jimmy?
I think so, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
In the change rooms.
I think it was, but we did that over at Newlands 2 years ago, I think, as well. We won that. I think that was the County Cup that we'd won for the first time ever, and we never even had the decency to show up and present us with anything. Nothing.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
We never had nothing now.
Yeah.
Even to show now, I don't know. And we beat some bloody good teams that year as well, you know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's weird because it's almost like, well, they're only Charles Saracens.
Yeah.
That's the feeling we get.
Yeah. If anything, they should be rewarding you and making more of a point that with determination and hard bloody work and togetherness, you can beat anybody, lad. You can beat anybody.
I don't think it was so much that we won. I mean, I was over the moon when we won, but like, I think the way we did it, being like 17 points down and nothing through defensively in the second half to come back to turn that round.
I remember being in malls and scrummages and looking at their faces getting tired, and I just my fire.
Yeah.
Like someone shoved another lump of coal inside me, lad. You know what I mean? I was brilliant, and then Buster's dropping kicks left, right and centre. Amazing. What a feeling. Best game ever. When he blew that whistle, I just run straight to Jimmy, picked him up, carried him to the sideline, and that was it. Then it was free flow. Everyone, I think my old legs were twitching a bit then, like, because I had about 15 people on top of me. Look, so yeah, brilliant. Sharpie, Darryl, Piffy, little Matty Williams.
Yeah.
Little Matty Williams, people forget about him and the effort he used to put in this club. I don't know, he's up at the north or whatever he's doing now with his mates, which is fine because he's a young lad. But he was a cracking little player. The efforts he used to put in every game, always injured because the heart and soul into every tackle.
Fearless.
Yeah, fearless, mate, yeah. And we're missing that. We're missing that a bit, we are.
I mean, I would probably, I was going to say I would go on record. Actually, I'm going to go on record right now and actually say I reckon he's probably the most underrated player we've had in recent years.
Quiet, that's why he didn't speak much, love. Yeah. It's easy to go unnoticed in a room full of egos, isn't it, look? When you're a bit quiet. But that's when it takes a good captain or a good team manager to bring you into the crew and make you feel part of it, look, you know what I mean? Which is, for me, that is exactly what it's all about. Every single player, every single person in the club is treated equal, no matter what. A couple of chops, so-and-so's like myself, and there's a couple of quiet people like Matty Williams, you know. And it's sad that he's not here now. And, you know, everyone moves on, like, but them days were tough, getting teams together, and he was part of it, look. So, not just him, a few others as well, like, you know, but we tend to lost that a little bit. But that's the way it goes, isn't it, when you're successful?
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. Again, yeah. Probably won't be the last time for this show anyway. Toughest team you've played against?
Toughest? None of them. I don't find any of them tough. Bristol teams are the roughest. St Bridge were a good team, and Matson, they were a good hard team. But the best team, I'll say, the best team I've played against, and they weren't necessarily the toughest, they were just so organised and tidy in everything they did. The forwards done their jobs, the backs done their jobs, and they all work together, and it proves the training and the togetherness in a club. You need to all be on the same page, and the team that was Chose Nil. 2 years ago we played over there, and they tore us to shreds because everything they done was perfect. They weren't aggressive, they weren't amazing, but they just done everything the right way, and simple things done in the right way just wipes the floor with teams. I think people forget that sometimes in our level of rugby. Try and overcomplicate it with so many moves and this, that and the other. If you do the basics, defending and attacking, if you do them really good, really well, you tend to shred teams apart because everyone's trying to do the Premiership stuff.
Yeah.
When really they're missing out on the basics, you know.
Yeah.
For me personally, that's my opinion on that.
I mean,
but Chose Nil, not the toughest, but the best team I've played.
Because that was one of the things, like JC used to drill into people all the time, wasn't it? Don't do any of this fancy.
No.
Just do the basics.
All about the dog,
and we'll get there. Yeah.
It is. At our level, mate, it is.
Yeah.
You know, I think our 13 could do with realising that sometimes. You have to smash it up a bit, you know, you have to upset the other team, you have to get in their heads, because I think at the minute we're a bit soft. That's my opinion. We're a bit soft, and, you know, we're all fantastic rugby players. I don't mean that, no disrespect. All fantastic rugby players, each and every one of them. Good team, but we're just too soft. And that's unfortunate because we're sort of losing that a little bit. We're trying to be, in my opinion, we're trying to be too clinical, you know what I mean? Without doing the work first and the doggy work first, you know. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you go, especially when you go to Bristol and they're firing everything at you from the first whistle. Smash, 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 smash. It's great having all the plays, it's great having the best lineouts and all this. Don't get me wrong, but you've got to have a bit of dog and a bit of line and a bit of fire in you to controlled, Mr. Cresswell, controlled. I was wondering when that was going to come out. Yeah, controlled aggression. I'd like to add to everybody, but it's right. You know, you've got to have a good balance, and if you haven't, you've got all the great technique and all that, but you ain't got the ground rules and the smashing, and which is, you know, that's what I've got. I'm no rugby player, mate. You know what I mean? I'm an aggressor. You know, I like that part of it, and I believe we're just losing that a little bit more. We could do it learning a bit more about digging into yourself a little bit, not your other teammates, yourself, finding in yourself a little bit something, get your aggression going, get your anger up, you know what I mean, and get your fire going. And I think with JC, that's what he sort of taught everybody at the time he was in charge for me, and I'm going to use him because he's what I know best, was teaching you, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be aggressive. It's a rugby contact sport. That's first and foremost. But you've also got to use your brain and your rugby skills at the same time, and that's where the balance comes in. And he was fantastic at getting people to do that, for me, personally. And we haven't had that since.
How do you think they go about getting that back? Is that a coach's thing?
Yeah, we need someone. I mean, don't get me wrong. And I'll hold my hands up and say, Jacob and Billy are two fantastic young lads. They're brilliant. They're really good and patient as well, because they understand not everyone's from the background they are, you know, growing up with that sport, and they understand that everyone does a job, and you know, some lads get it quicker than others and stuff, and you've got time for everybody. But I also think someone is needed on a Saturday to throw the F's and the Jeffs straight into people who aren't pulling the weight. And it's not personal. It should never be personal. If you get criticised on the pitch or told something you need more from someone, as a man on that pitch, you should be big enough and hard enough to take it on the chin and dig in yourself, like I've just said 2 minutes ago. Dig it in. Find it in yourself and think, you're right. I ain't pulling my weight. Something's got to be done here, you know. I've got to wake up and make myself look an idiot and let my mates down. You've got to take that on the chin sometimes and dig it in and right yourself and get your finger up your ass sometimes. And I don't think we ain't got that at the minute. So, we have a stupid question now. Small brain, is he coming up yet?
We'll bring a few of these in then.
Yeah, I'll go on the few that we had earlier.
People's questions.
Right, yeah, Russell Morrison.
Have we got enough tape?
Enough time, yeah.
Tape left on this.
He's asked, is it hard to find a snorkel and mask set that will fit when you're on holiday?
I did have one, but I left it underneath your bed. So if you want to ask your missus to drop it off next time she's around at ours, that'll be nice. Thank you, Russell.
Greener. You can imagine what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Is it really 21 years since they won anything?
It was 22, but we did win it. Oh, is he talking about football?
In 1995, I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking the wrong sport, maybe. No comments on that one.
Yeah, okay.
This is a rugby show, not football. So.
Well, yeah, you brought him up earlier, Mark Harris.
Dodging questions like Trump there. I like that.
Mark Harris. Why did he used to let me get kicked before he got taught how to ruck?
I didn't think he was ugly enough. And plus, he's normally the fella I used to stop kicking people, so I thought it's only fair that he has a bit of his own medicine.
Okay. Another one from Harry. Why did you give up your career on the wing?
I was sick of seeing old men with bloody noses.
We'll take these in order. Rich Coleman.
Yeah.
Can I have my €300 back?
Sorry, mate. I digested that on the Eurostar back. And your Andrew did.
Mark Harris again.
Shock.
What's your favourite Beyonce song?
It's got to be Halo.
Not even a moment to think, just bang.
It's the only one I know that.
I wouldn't even know that one.
Oh no, wait, it's not. I'll retract that statement. What's it called? Oh, the single ladies. What's it called, Dan?
Oh God.
If you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it.
There's three more quickly here. Tony Pates.
Yeah.
How long have you been a Liverpool supporter? Yeah, got what it deserved.
Silence.
Ian Bell. When do you plan to pay your tab off? Same response. And Jimmy Mack. I'll tell you what, this is a great question, Jimmy Mack.
He normally does come up with something half decent.
Right,
anyway.
you ready?
Yeah.
If you could punch one teammate and not feel bad about it, who would it be?
Just one. Is it just one?
Yeah, just one.
Connor Anderson.
Any reason why?
Because he asked me to in his mouth one night when I was having a bit of a discussion, serious discussion, with Lockie Sharpens. So
I feel that this story goes much deeper.
Yeah, it does, but it ain't for radio. So I'd like to point out that Connor Anderson did, and I have witnesses, asked me to do wee in his mouth while I was in mid-conversation with Lockie Sharples.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see if that stays in the.
So feel free to ask, if anyone does listen to this, you can feel free to ask me and I'll tell them with pride the whole word-for-word story of Conor Anderson.
There you go, folks at home. If you do want to find out the backstory of that, please feel free to get in touch with John Welsh.
This is a good indicator of how many people will be listening to this.
Unlike last week's episode, or last month's episode, I should say, don't contact us to pass the information on. More than happy to do that for refereeing, not for whatever kind of backstory that is. Fetishes.
Yes, that's a good word, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, I found a couple more questions. So we might as well just finish these off. I think.
Go on then.
Right, Danny Clifford.
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much touched on this beforehand. Are you going to return to playing after your injury? I think we've.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We have to see. It's only 3 weeks in, but I'd like to, but if it ain't right, it ain't right. That's all there is to it.
It's not just your leg, is it? It's got your head. That's what you've got to do, isn't it?
I don't think I'd ever be putting as much of myself into tackles and things like that and rucking, which is my game. I don't think I'd be doing that as much as I thought. I'd be getting my foot stuck in that pitch again. Maybe return to the wing, as Mark Harris would like to see. in the 15th, I'd like to add, because these knees don't hold up anymore either. Yeah, I don't know.
Donald Green has put, who's going to be the first to stick that stick somewhere?
Oh, she means the walking stick.
The walking stick, yeah.
Probably me, round the back of her head, if she keeps giving me them kind of comments. I love it. I do love Donna, but honestly.
Right. Matt Francis.
God.
Why does Donald Duck wear a towel when he comes out of the shower? I mean, he doesn't even wear any pants anyway.
I knew this was going to be such a good episode.
Why does Donald Duck wear a towel
when he comes out of the shower?
When he comes out of the shower when he doesn't wear pants anyway. Keep his top half dry then, doesn't he? That's all I can come up with. Where's the top?
Doesn't say where the towel is, does it?
No, it doesn't say where the towel is.
I think that's up there with if Buzz Lightyear doesn't know he's a toy, why doesn't he speak when humans are around?
Right, we've got 3 left, and they're all from Mr. Wayne.
I have to say, it's not Mark Harris again, is it?
Right, first of all, what's an Aussie?
Oh, what's an Aussie? The Aussie is the hospital, small brain. Just in case you're listening.
The second question, if Batman's ill, can Robin drive the Batmobile?
Never. I'm putting that straight in. No. Sidekicks don't do anything good. You should know that by now, being in my shadow for the last 6 years. Never anything good, Wayne.
And can an evening gown be worn in the morning?
Only when she's walking to the taxi.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, that's the...
I think that might stay in the effort. I think that in the final, when it comes to doing the final edit, that's staying in, I think.
Oh, that were the outtakes.
Oh, yeah, it'll get broadcast one way or another.
Who listens to this then?
We got
The kids, mums and dads.
And the kids.
The kids do as well.
No. Yeah, possibly some of them do.
Some of them do. We've got a couple of lads in the club who listen. Do I
Obviously Wayne doesn't.
He better hadn't.
I was going to say, do I name drop? Because there are a couple of people. I know Ian Bell's listened to a few. Shout out to Ian if he's listening.
Shout out to Ian if he's listening. No thanks.
And probably someone who I never thought would listen, but has actually listened to, I think, every single episode is Kyle Thomas.
Kyle Thomas.
Shout out to Kyle.
My little mate. He's another top kid in this club, he is.
Most underrated.
I hope he don't get his crazy Polish head turned by them divvies over the huckle coat as well.
Moving swiftly on.
Take that name out of the
podcast, I might have to bleep that.
Yeah.
No, you can put that in there because I want them to know that I said that. And if anyone wants to talk to me about it, they know exactly where I am.
It's great. We'll have about 10 minutes on this now then.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Well, let's get a little bit more serious now.
Come on.
Six Nations coming up, isn't it? How do you reckon that's going to pan out?
I think we're going to steamroll everybody.
You say we?
England.
Because we've got an Irishman here.
That's true. And I have got allegiances to that side of it as well. But I just think Eddie Jones is exactly what the English boys have been looking for absolute years. He don't care who he talks about. He don't care what he says to upset people. He's in your face about stuff. He lays a marker down for his own team. He calls them out. He says, like, we're going to stuff them. I don't want to be winning 2 or 3 games. I want to win everything. I don't want to lose one game. And if you're not good enough, there's enough kids now coming through in teams, and you see the selections that he's making of these lads who are 22, 23 years of age. He's getting rid of the norm. He's getting rid of the tried and tested. He's bringing lads in who are off their own back, who are doing outstanding in their clubs and upsetting the boat a bit, which is exactly what they need.
He's doing what we all asked for, and everyone says
no room for complacency. Look,
do it on form.
No room for complacency at all. Making Hartley captain.
That was a brave shot.
Massive.
That was a gutsy call, I thought.
Everyone knows that he's an aggressive player. People tend to look towards people who are aggressive and don't give 2 F's about who they're in the face and who they're going up against, and that can fire your whole team up. Having one person like that in your team who's a beast, to watch him smashing it up and having a scrap now and again, and that's your leader. He sets the bar, Unfortunately for him, sometimes he goes a bit too far, but I'd take that rather than having a mouse.
Yeah. Do you think the injuries are going to play a part?
No, I don't. I think that we've got enough talent in this country now, and backup players. You've got to remember it's 15 blokes, and there's a lot of players in this country.
Yeah.
If you can't find, especially in this country, the way rugby is, if you can't find enough replacements, then we're doing something wrong from the start, from the kids. Something's wrong with this country then. If you can't find enough replacements to replace 15 blokes. And there's plenty of really fantastic young players as well who are keen to get in that chair and keen to make a point, and I think give them a bloody chance for the change instead of sticking with people who've been there and done it.
Yes, we discussed it before, haven't we, Dan? The last game of the tournament is England against Ireland. Do you reckon that could be the decider?
No.
You reckon it'd be done by then?
I reckon it'd be done by then, yeah. I do.
Who's going to beat Ireland then?
Who's going to beat Ireland?
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, but we got to play them last, haven't we? So I think somebody else will beat them before that.
France, maybe. I don't think they're as tight as they used to be, but I still think it's France. You know what they're like, they can turn up, they can't turn up, they don't, But I like Italy as well. I just think they're just so underrated.
Yeah. And
where they've come in the last 10 years, I think, I'm not even going to say Scotland, and if anyone doesn't like that, Ian Bell, they can come and talk to me after this as well. Because I just don't think they've never had enough Scotland, They've never had enough. They get a good win now and again, but for me it's always been Ireland. Wales, I'm not even going to mention them either, because I think they don't know what to do with themselves at the minute.
No, they've gone backwards, haven't they?
They've absolutely gone backwards. We've had a concussion. George North's been concussed he's been taken off the pitch about 10 times the last year or so.
Yeah.
With concussion, that can't be good for you.
No.
And he's the star player, isn't he? He's the try scorer.
As I said, they've got to look at that seriously now, haven't they?
I know, because at the end of the day, is he going to have to give up because he keeps getting his head hit? Because at the end of the day, once starts being knocked about a few times, look at the Kieran and Ryan White. they're only 2 years into their adult career, you know what I mean? And I ain't old many car for them too in a couple of years, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, all jokes aside, it's a serious thing, and you've got to look at it no matter what he says. So the powers that be have got to step in on people like him, who it's constantly happening to. You take him out the equation, I just can't see. I can't see them doing anything. Nor Scotland, or Italy. But I do think Italy might just do a few shocks. So it'll be between us and Ireland, maybe France. But Italy will do better than Wales. That's no dig at anybody, but that's just my opinion.
Wooden spoon? Who do you think so?
Wales. I just can't. I mean, Scotland, like I say, they're not fantastic. They don't win that much, but I just think Wales they just fell apart the last 2 years. Like, I just don't think they've got it as what they used to have. You know, I think they need to kick up the jacksie and a nice drop a few players and get a bit of freshness in there. You know.
Obviously, this year the Lions. Same sort of question. How do you reckon we're doing that? It's a different kind of fish, isn't it? Going over there.
It is. But I think we'll be all right, you know. I just think we'll be all right. I mean, the trouble is, well, it's not trouble. The best thing is you can pick. You know, you're picking
the best. Yeah,
they're picking the best. Who's in charge?
It's Catlin.
Catlin, yeah. So, and he's a good coach as well, lad. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. He's a bit like Eddie Jones, lad. You know what I mean? He's a bit. He picks players that you're not expecting. Look, you know what I mean? Out of their credits, for their own credit. So, until you see a full squad that he's going to take over, I think we'd be all right, lad. I don't think it'll be whitewashes people make out. You know what I mean?
It will be.
Don't get me wrong,
you see
they ain't no divvies, lad.
They've lost some amazing players, best players in the world, but they still go forward.
The thing is, they've got a fantastic young squad now. You know what I mean? These lads who I can't say the names, lad. You know what I mean? But I mean, the backs alone, they just terrorise people, lad. They're so together and they play for the country. You know, it's all about them, lad.
Yeah.
And I think we could, you know, I was doing a job for someone I was on a house, and he sent his lad to move to New Zealand. So they're Cheltenham old bloke, like, and his lad to move to New Zealand with work, and he's brought his kids up over there. He said when they go over, he said 3 times the size of King George V. Kids games. He said they're all playing barefooted.
Yeah.
They're all playing. He said it's like a festival. It's that big. Every weekend this is. He said these kids are playing on these fields. He said it's drummed into them from an early age. He said, here, take it or leave it. Look, you know.
It's almost their religion. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So that's why you put the hard work in young kids. And that's why we suffer with everything in this country. It is.
That's it.
Well, sports-wise, sports-wise.
Well, we go through the old, there don't have to be winners and losers.
No.
You get a medal.
Rubbish.
No, that is
It's rubbish. When I was a kid in school, you got first, second and third. No, you didn't come in them top 3. You nothing. And it was up to you, yourself, and your mum and dad to push you a little bit and say, come on, you're better than him or you're better than this.
That's a life lesson, isn't it?
It is. Because it does prepare you for everything, but, you know, unfortunately we're all getting a bit soft over here, lad. But I do think we'd be all right. What was it, 3 games, is it?
10.
10 games?
The whole tour is 10, yeah.
Three tests.
Yeah, 3 tests, that's what I mean, yeah. So
like 10
I'd say,
games in a month overall.
Yeah, I think we'd be all right, lad. I think we'd be 10 games in a month, though.
Yeah.
Well, it'll take what, 30?
30 players.
Yeah.
Still 10 games in a month, though, innit? You know, bloody hell.
Yeah. I think we worked it out back on was it the December episode?
And you've got to fit them 3 in between as well, so...
We worked out, it's about... There's some games when there's only like 4 days between each game. And then I think there's like a week between each test.
You're a professional sportsman, lad. If you can't do that, you can't do...
These physios and masseurs do some work over there.
They've got so much... they're so advanced now in recuperating your energy and your strength and muscle rebuilding and things like that, you know. And, you know, I think football could take a leaf out of the rugby players' boots because they seem to do a lot quicker than these footballers do, you know.
Yeah. They moan about playing 2 games a week, don't they?
Yeah, but you know, Gary Lineker did say today, I watched Match of the Day from last night, and he said, rugby players, tennis players, they're playing hours and hours in a day. Rugby players play twice a week. If they can do it, why can't footballers do it? Yeah. Why are they whinging about playing 2 games in 10 days? Yeah. It's ridiculous. But anyway, my opinion on the Lions tour is that I think we do all right.
Prediction?
Tests, I think they might just be too good for us to win all 3.
2-1, I think.
2-1.
To the Kiwis.
Yeah. But I think we'll give a bloody good terrorise a few of their teams, lad, over there. Yeah. I think we're just too good. At the minute, we've got too much here, we have. Yeah. In these teams, there's too many good players that if you could just keep it all together, it's interesting, lad, Yeah. Mostly English, though.
Yeah.
Hey, mostly English.
Who do you reckon, who's your tip for captain?
Well, it's looking like bloody Hartley, innit? Is he taking him, is he?
I would have thought he'd be.
He got to be up there, I think, lad, or bloody, what's his name for Wales, if he goes? The second row.
Jones?
Alman Jones, yeah. He's another one. I mean, I look at him, lad, for me personally, in my head, when I watch him singing his national anthem, lad, and the tears are rolling down his face every time, the pride he has to play in that.
He's like a poor man's Pete Lodge, isn't he?
He is, yeah, poor man's Pete Lodge. Don't diss Pete Lodge there. I think he'd give him a bloody good run for his money, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he is a poor man's Pete Lodge. I think Pete Lodge had more oldies than Alman Jones, that's for sure.
Pete Lodge has more holidays than bloody what's her face off the travel show.
Wish you were here.
Yeah.
Judith Chalmers.
That's the fella. Good boy thing.
Yeah.
It is what it says.
Not when he's presenting it then.
Right. 4x4 or sports car?
Sports car.
Red or brown sauce?
Red.
Red? Never red, I heard.
No. Brown sauce. Go on.
Yeah. North or south?
Definitely north.
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Football World Cup or Olympics?
Football World Cup.
Okay.
Who watches the Olympics?
Would you rather win the league outright or win it through a playoff and all that comes with it?
Win it the league outright.
Yeah. That's quite an easy one, that. I've got a great one here as well. Right, forget about the money. Okay. Would you rather play one competitive football match for Everton or 80 minutes for the All Blacks?
I'd have to say Everton, because that's where I got brought up. Rugby's new to me, and I've been since a child, so I'll say Everton. That's my passion, lad.
Hey, there's no right or wrong answer.
No, I'd have to say I'd rather go and play a competitive football match for Everton.
Okay. Would you rather know a lot about a little or a little about a lot?
A lot about a little. Because you've always got an answer for something then.
Right, okay. You got one go in a time machine. Where and when would you go?
I'd go back to the night Donald Trump's dad met his mother. I'm only messing, no, I'm not getting political, I'm just doing that for Dan's face. Go back in the time machine to where and when.
You don't have to go back.
Go forward.
You've got a time machine. You can go back, forward, whatever you want to do. But you've only got one go.
I'd go back to get rid of Adolf Hitler, I think. Because I think what he did to the world and the people that are affected over here, not just the poor old Jews over there, I'd get rid of him, I'd get shut of him, lad. Before it even started. Yeah. We wouldn't have so much talking about that.
Okay, right, a nice one now. Right, apart from obviously Sweet Caroline, what's your karaoke song choice?
We're back to Beyonce again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go Beyonce then.
All the single ladies.
All the single ladies. How about your hands up? Yeah.
Usually we get told, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm not bothered by that. I'll do the dance if I could. Don't worry about that.
Talking next week, Caroline. Neil Diamond's actually touring soon in October. So.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Done.
I think if we had any listeners, we've definitely lost them now.
Yeah, last thing. Have you got any plugs for website, Twitter, Facebook?
Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Hey, is my mum listening to me? Hi, Mum. It's me. Hi, Mum. No, I haven't, Dan. I'm not a teenage girl, so I'll say I to everyone from the Sarries, that's it. And anyone else. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Thanks very much for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.
All right, boys.
Oh, you've got to love Scouse. Always an entertaining one, never a dull moment. And I know I say this every single month and every single episode. I think this might be my new favourite one. Actually, loved every second of recording this one. So yeah, there you go. That's our chat with Johnny Scouse. Hopefully you enjoyed it just as much as we did. But for now, let's take a look at what February has in store. The first team return to Gloucester Premier action on the 11th as they host Berry Hill. They're also home on the 18th, playing the local derby against Cheltenham North. That one's at KGV, originally scheduled as an away fixture, but as the North withdrew from the match at KGV earlier in the season, they've automatically forfeited their home match. So now the next match on the 18th will be at Cheltenham Saracens at RFC. The Seconds will also be returning on the 11th as they make their way west to face Lydney Seconds. They also feature on the 18th travelling to Matson, two really challenging games there, and hopefully we'll come away with those wins, but we'll need to be on top of our game there. Hopefully the Thirds will be back in action. They open their account on the 11th as they play host to Dursley's second team, and they are on the road on the 18th to Stow-on-the-Wold. I'm just going to pass over to Moxy now. Moxy, what has February got in store for the Pups?
The boys start off with a trip down the M5 to take on Thornbury. We played them earlier at King George V this season and beat them, so we're hopeful of the right result. Then we are at home for the rest of the month, starting against a very good Long Levens team that outplayed us and won convincingly in our first County Cup match. We shall see if we can get a better outcome in the friendly. Then on the 19th and 26th, we take on Breedon and Evesham respectively, both of whom the Pups have already picked up W's against this season. Let's hope this is the case once again. Earlier this week, the quarter-final draws for the Under-14 County Cup were made. The main cup sees Lydney take on Tetbury, Clifton take on Broad Plain, the Old Pats take on Cleve, and Long Levens take on Hucklecote. Unfortunately, the Sarries missed out on the main cup by just 2 points in the group stages, meaning we're in the plate. These fixtures for the plate are Drybrook against Dursley, Frampton Cottrell will take on Chatham Tigers, Cirencester are taking on Painswick, and the Sarries are at home with a tricky draw against Minchinhampton. The ties are to be played on the 5th of March. Hopefully the boys can go at least one further than last season, where we exited the competition at the quarter-final stages after a controversial loss to Drybrook by a point.
Awesome. Thanks, Mox. Don't forget, if you're on social media, you can keep up to date with all the club's latest news, social events, training and fixture updates, team results, league tables, match reports on all of our various platforms. If you're on Twitter, if you're a member of the Twitter sphere, you can find us at CheltSarriesRFC. We're also on Facebook. Look us up, facebook.com/CheltSarries. We've got a Pitch Hero page if you're a fan of those, pitchhero.com/Cheltenham Saracens RFC, or you can go a little bit old school and visit the club's official website, CheltenhamSaracensRugby.com. Big thanks to Moxy for co-hosting, and of course to John Scouse Welsh for coming on to sit down and help us put on a fantastic show. Certainly my favourite one of the series. Probably Moxy's favourite one of the series as well, I imagine. Also a big thanks to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of our backing music Motherload, which we use royalty free under the Creative Commons License 3.0. And a big thank you at you, wherever you are, whether you're walking home, whether you're on the bus, whether you're driving, whether you're listening on your phone, on your laptop, whatever you're using. A massive thanks to you for listening, and a massive thanks to your support. So that's it for another month. Wow, it's mad to think this has been going since July. Crazy. It all goes so quickly. My life is a blur. But thank you. Thank you. That's another month down. So on behalf of myself, on behalf of Moxy, and on behalf of Cheltenham Saracens RFC, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done already, go and subscribe on iTunes or give us a follow on SoundCloud. Enjoy your February. I'm sure we will. We'll see you right back here, same time, same place in March. Thanks.